What an experience! First off, I know it sounds even stupid to say, like, what a ride, but it was, but it really was.
7 years.
7 years.
Not with the tattoo, though.
I think, yeah, not with the tattoo, not worth it, honestly.
You guys this, so.
Oh,
Thank you.
nice!
Yeah.
Look at that,
I love
man.
military challenge going for doing
What
for
else
the
did
show.
everyone else bring? No, this is so. Wait.
All right, I'm good, guys. Thanks. Is my company?
No gifts, huh? Okay, questions.
Yeah. Can we get a picture?
Yeah.
We might have brought a little bit of ridicule because I heard that you refused to get the tattoo.
I did.
Refused is a
I would like to get to the hard-hitting question.
Thank you so much.
Question.
Why
do you hate the rest of the cast?
I just feel like I'm superior in a lot of ways. I literally left before they got it, and then I was given all this shit for it, and I'm getting it tonight.
Yeah.
No.
Come on.
No.
So I didn't expect Zaynab to get it.
I didn't either.
And
Allegra,
I didn't expect Allegra to get it. And all of a sudden I was like, well, Andy and I are going to have matching tattoos. And then Z and Allegra were like, we're in. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So Nathan and Luke, obviously the characters, have one of the most entertaining bromances on probably any show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bromances.
Bromances. And row.
How has your guys' real life chemistry kind of changed over the course of the show?
I would say Kevin and I hung out more than anyone on the show while we were shooting in Vancouver. Probably. A lot of dinners.
Yep.
Kevin's a big boxer, so we would catch punches for each other.
Yep.
And just like
golf.
Yeah, actually we played some golf. When we weren't shooting in the winter, we played some golf. Some of our seasons were like February, March, April, so we were just pretending to be warm the whole time. But when
I first got cast, I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna like this guy, because he's a good-looking guy, and I was like, I don't know. And he comes from like. He was on the Flash. I was like, there's no way this is gonna work.
He's playing an arrogant dude. He's probably the same.
He's the same. I have no imagination. That's
and I'm like, how am I gonna hang out with this moron?
This big dummy. And it worked.
Actually, you know what? Funny story. Kevin was the only person I read with for Luke. I did chemistry reads with a bunch of Ingrids and Noras, and even a couple of Nevaehs. And Greg and Kevin had worked together before, and Greg was like, hey, I have this guy coming in, Kevin, and I think he's Luke. And I was like, okay. And we did the scene, and it was the pilot scene where he's like, fuckity. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much him. That's like,
Lord, if I had known too, because when you're going in, you're like, oh man, I don't know. I went home, I was like, I don't know if I got it.
Really?
Meanwhile, he's just like, oh yeah, this guy's Luke.
You were a throwaway.
Jesus
You're
Christ.
like, no problem. He's the guy.
I'm sweating,
That wasn't even a question.
Yeah.
So now that the show is wrapping up, is there anything you're going to take away from it? Is there anything you're surprised to learn about yourselves over the course of delving into these characters for so long?
What an experience! First off, I know it sounds even stupid to say, like, what a ride, but it really was.
7 years.
7 years.
Not with the tattoo, though.
I think, not with the tattoo, not worth it, honestly. But it is like I think it.
I would have been pissed if he had other tattoos.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't
not
want
getting
it.
that
But he's
one.
like, I don't have any tattoos. I'm like,
I'm not
okay.
getting that one. I am gonna get it now. It's just gonna be on my forehead.
Yeah.
Or like Tyson, it'll be over my eye.
5 stars.
The way, like, you said this to Greg when we first started. You were like, I would like for this show to be my 30s.
Yeah.
It's like, and it kind of was. I mean, it
was
took a
pretty
lot of
much.
time. Yeah. So it was
I would
really
like
cool.
more episodes.
Yeah. All of my 30s. Yeah. I think it's very cool that it's like, I'll look back on this as definitely like a decade. That will encapsulate my experience of like my 30s for sure.
And I think also the show having an ending makes that so much more
punctuates it.
Yeah, and digestible. Like,
yes.
To be like, oh well,
Complete.
we did 3 seasons and it ends, and well, it's a giant cliffhanger. I don't know what happened
Yeah,
after.
right,
It's like it's a
right,
tough
right,
sell to
right.
people
Yeah.
because
Fans, we don't like.
well,
No.
a lot of people have watched the show and a lot of people love the show. A lot of people haven't watched the
People
show.
continue to find it,
Yeah,
you know.
I have
and
people
it's-
come up to me and they're like, "I love Upload. When's season 3?" And I'm like, "Season 3's out."
Yeah, we were going through a strike.
Literally,
Yeah, when it
search
came
Amazon,
out,
Search Upload on it.
we weren't allowed to promote.
Go home. You got 7 episodes to watch.
Yeah.
Now I can be like, you got 11 episodes to watch.
Yeah.
And there's an ending.
Yeah.
As far as taking something away from it is actors are innately super self-conscious and you always think I'm never going to work again. Somebody's figured it out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a fraud. There's like imposter syndrome and most actors anyway. I won't speak for everyone. I'm sure fucking like Robert Downey Jr. doesn't have imposter syndrome. But getting to work with somebody like Greg Daniels and also to be such a fan of Kevin and Andy and Allegra and watch and Zainab and watch them work and be like, oh, they're great, and know that you're working alongside them, that comes with something of like, oh, cool, I've been a part of something that I think is pretty special, and hopefully that can lead into something else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, last time I talked to you, Robbie, you told me that the ending was beautiful, but that was like all you could say.
That's still pretty much all I could say, unless you guys are going.
Listen, so I was gonna say, I'm definitely
going there.
holding this.
Okay.
Do not
Okay.
wait.
And
I
there needs to
cried.
be-
Yes,
Okay.
all of you. Yes,
We
yes.
accept
Holding
it.
you
We
to
accept
that.
it.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so I cried the entire 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Literally, like, first of all, Luke, what? Oh,
Oh,
my God.
boy.
Okay. And then I was like, he didn't die. He died. What? You did. It's
Yeah.
a roller
Who
coaster of
knows?
Yeah.
emotions. So for you guys, like, what was it like reading these final scripts?
Same.
Yeah.
Same. We all were. I mean, we're just kind of. It was such a surreal thing, and it was very emotional. But we were talking about this. It feels kind of like season 1 with the funeral, where you're like, it's dying. He's dead, but he's alive. You know, like we were walking onto set, and you're like, you're doing like the Ted Danson, like. Well, what a bar, you know? But you're just like, at the same time, you're like, I have to do some work.
I got
you know,
work
I
today.
can't. I mean, to talk to Allegra, she was like, every
Every
like,
day
yeah.
for 4 weeks. She
They'd
cried.
yell cut, and she'd be like,
last day of this set.
Yeah.
It's my last day in these shoes.
yeah, it was just a very profound thing. But I think also, like, my last day was the last scene that to be like shot, really, and it was. I mean, yeah, it was definitely a tough one. You're like, oof.
The table read was fun because like you get to get a little bit of the emotion out there, and you know when Luke sacrifices himself, you're already getting choked up.
Yeah.
And then the goodbye scene with Nathan and Nora. It was one of those scenes where, like, instead of having to try to cry, I'm trying not to cry and not to be a mess, just because it's such an honest scene and it's written so well. And Greg has a history of doing that with these relationships and creating these beautiful moments between people. And then we shot it, and there was a boat playing music the whole time, and I had to ADR my entire scene. Yeah, some fucking guy out on the water in Vancouver was playing like AC/DC.
Let's say yacht rock.
TNT. Yeah, exactly.
Can you guys?
If I could sink a boat, I would.
The ending for both of you guys was super tragic. Can you briefly just talk about why, despite it being so tragic, why they were perfect for those characters
Got it.
and the story as a whole as well?
Let's say the last part again.
Just why the ending for both of your characters was so perfect for the story being told and the characters themselves.
For me, it was definitely probably because you shoot out of sync a lot, right? But that was my last scene, which is nuts. You know, like it's a big moment. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, as him being a soldier, his main thing was, you know, he committed suicide to get there, so he kind of didn't die for anything, but he always wanted to live for something and fight for something, and here he has erected this man onto a pedestal, as well as his friends, and now he has something to die. He has a second chance to die in a show that's about trying to, you know, prolong and not mourn and not die. So here he can sacrifice himself for someone and something and everything so much bigger than himself. So he gets the actual soldiers passage, which feels very profound and thematically complete for this character. And we did film something in which he lives on, but we haven't used it because it doesn't make sense. It's like we have the complete circle. You know? Yeah.
It is nicer without it.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole arc of Nathan of starting off as this kind of arrogant douchebag and learning from Nora and falling in love with her and this tragic love story of the two of them trying to be together, and by the end he's just been through so much and he's put her through so much, and I think he just wants, like, you know, it's that whole if you love something enough you let it go, and I think that's the thing with Nathan is he just wants Nora to be free and give her a chance to live her life and have something that he can't give her, even though as nice as it would be to stay around, it's he got everything that he could get from her and from that relationship. He just wants her to be free and be able to live her own life. And my big thing was just the way Greg wrote it was just so beautiful. He makes it so easy.
I think you're like, he wants her to be free, and then she finds another version, so she's not free yet.
Yeah.
Just almost free.
Yeah.
Almost,
right
yeah.
there.
And I also like how you just got pushed off. You just got pushed off. You're like, last day, all right.
There you go. Goodbye. Catch your flight. Get out of here.
I was really quick.
Yeah.
Are you, after doing the show, are you less or more scared of AI and the future and what we're in right now?
Definitely more because all this stuff is coming true from the show, where they all make all these jokes and stuff. And we're like, oh, that's a real thing. That's a real
really
thing. That's
worried
a real
about
thing.
the speed at which it's like evolving, and so much of what Greg writes comes true. And as you saw in season 4 with AI guy going bad, it's like, hopefully this isn't where we're headed.
Yeah, AI outpaces, and it moves at this right now, like it's moving at the speed of capitalism to where you're like, they're using it. It's like every Jurassic Park is this. It's like, let's just get it to market, and then it bursts out of the cell, and you're like, oh no,
medical advances,
Yeah.
and like just to make things easier without taking jobs. Like, how can we?
When you watch
Very
Jurassic
scary.
Park specifically, when you go, how did they not know again that they were going to get out?
We're here.
And it's like the same thing with AI, where you're like, how many Terminators are we going to make? Where we, like we know this.
Why are we still doing it?
You watch it, those movies, and they're like, haven't they in Terminator seen a Terminator movie? Or, like, we all know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, gang. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
So many samples.
Yeah, which one do you like the most?
Yeah, what's the crunchiest? All right. This one? No, that one? I'll let you have it.
Yeah, well, to start off, can you guys talk about the arc that you guys have been on, that your characters have been on these 4 seasons? I mean, the final season, I think I cried the entire time. But I've loved the relationship, especially between Nora and Ingrid. So can you talk about that?
I know. We really didn't like each other in the beginning. You didn't even know my name.
I didn't.
Yeah.
And maybe I still don't.
No, you do.
No, I do. I definitely do. I think about one of our first days filming together was in that car, in the back of the car.
Oh my gosh, and we connected over Botox babies.
Botox babies. We're talking about Botox babies and going bleh, 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 over and over. It's so strange, so weird. And then, gradually recognizing, okay, I have to give her some credit. She is smart. She does know how to negotiate.
Yeah.
I can see what Nathan sees in her, unfortunately.
Shady.
Yeah. And then also, liking the same guy, you have to acknowledge that there's some qualities that you're drawn to that you may have in common,
What are those?
Abs, biceps,
Yes.
fancy shirts.
That's you.
That's me.
I feel like
Those are my favorite qualities.
Nora lives in literally
Yeah.
like sweaters and
Yeah. And then I think in this season, I feel like it's safe to say that we're roommates. Is that? Can I say that? Yeah, we're roommates, and that's a special kind of relationship too.
It is. We learn a lot about each other.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about the very end. So I'm gonna hold this. We're gonna hold it until the finale airs. So
Okay.
About the very ending. So it was really interesting. You have a very tragic ending. You have a very happy ending. Can you talk about why those roots, those stories were so perfect for the characters and the overall story being told?
I didn't think it was perfect, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I wanted her ending. And like, wait a minute. No, I mean, I think it was heartbreaking, but hopeful, and I think for Nora, just getting to. I think season 3, she really got to experience what it'd be like to have a dream, especially like being a lawyer and getting a taste of that. Of like, oh, I can do something else, you know. And I think Nathan got to see that. And then so for this last season of her almost getting his approval of like, hey, you can have a life. It doesn't have to be all about me or whatever, you know, and don't let our love hinder you. I think that was really special. And I think so relatable in a lot of ways, you know, of where you make a relationship so much of your life, or you really love somebody, you want them to be in your life all the time, and sometimes that's not possible. Or the timing is off, or whatever, you know. And I think it's just so relatable and heartbreaking, but hopeful. And that's all how I felt about it.
Yeah. It's interesting because I feel like from the beginning it just felt like Nathan and Ingrid have been doomed. So
Honestly, but then,
so in a surprise twist, a happy ending.
Jealousy,
Yeah.
Is there? I'm very happy for her.
Yeah, for sure. I think their happy ending is happy, but you know what? It's not what either of them pictured, I don't think. I think there is still a cost in the Luke of it all. And I do think I would say that Ingrid would still probably have her own grief about real Nathan also not making it.
Yeah.
I think all of these characters have found a way to separate the two Nathans as two individual people.
Yeah.
So they've all suffered a loss. And I feel like in the epilogue is what I would call it, that kind of interview at the end with Nathan and Ingrid sitting on the couch talking to Gigi Gorgeous in Malibu with my haircut is that they feel the loss of both Luke and that's significant. So I don't know if it's totally happy, but it's better than she certainly deserves, and maybe she deserves it by now. You know?
Better than her.
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask you, I wanted to know this. How is it filming in those big puffy suits? Like, is it
How is it?
horrible or is it...
How is it, Andy?
Terrific. It is horrific.
She said horrific, not terrific.
No, horrific.
So point that out.
Yeah. I don't know how you did it for like seasons on end, because you make it look so easy. And like, so, okay. All right.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, I didn't think it was that uncomfortable. I'd heard a little bit, but like it didn't seem that bad.
Yeah.
But I put that thing on. I'm in the hug suit in season 4. And I just was like, wow. Like, you're drenched. That face thing was literally squishing my face.
She was like, cut
And
it
I was
down,
like,
cut it down.
I was like almost having a panic attack because it was like squeezing my. I was like, oh whoa, I don't know how to even exist in this thing, and let alone for hours.
Meanwhile, I'm just like sitting there smoking a cigarette.
Honestly, just chilling. She's like, what's your problem?
Put an ice pack in there and shut up.
You're right. But that was so hard. Oh, was it so hard?
I think
That was so evil.
I know.
That was a good laugh.
I know. I love that thing. I had to like say goodbye to it.
We can tell.
Now you know.
Did
I
you
really
take
did.
it with you? Did you take one home?
I didn't take one home.
Oh my gosh, what?
I didn't. What am I going to do with it? What, frame it?
Yes.
Like a 6-foot scuba
Or you
suit
cut it
on
in
my
half.
wall?
It'll be a
Cut it
point
in
of
half and
conversation.
like where?
For sure. Be like, check this out. Sniff it. Snip it again. soak in that. No, I think it. I didn't need that, but I did. I did get bobbleheads made of everybody in the cast, and I asked them what if they could design a Barbie. This was not a very veiled clue as to their gift that they were getting. I was like, if you had a doll made from Upload, what outfit would they be wearing?
But there was no. I didn't even clock that at all.
Oh, that's so good. You were concentrating on some things.
I was working.
She was focused. Yeah. I was like, what kind of Barbie doll? But anyway, the bobblehead that I made of myself is in the hug suit.
Yeah.
Because it feels true Ingrid.
Yeah.
And more than any iconic outfit, it's actually who she really is, I think, is I'm going to put this on and I'm going to sweat it out and I'm going to lose feeling in my toes. I'm going to be in this bathtub and order in takeout and I'm going to spend all day, every day with this man that I love and I don't know why. You know, and I also, as Allegra, I look forward to putting it on every day because it's comedy you don't have to do anything for. Like I would sit down and a gust of wind would come into my face, like a fart, and I'm like, I'm literally walking around and this thing is being comedic for me. I just waddle, I squeak, I pick a wedgie and that's it, and go home. I mean, amazing, gets the job done, doesn't it? I could go on and on about that thing. I hated it.
Your physical comedy though in that it really did bring it together. And that's so underspoken about with it is like the physical comedy too with that scene and like as a prop player.
Oh, thank you. It's fun. It's an opportunity. Yeah. A fun opportunity.
I just want to know, like, after 4 seasons reflecting on this journey, is there any memory from making the show that when you think back on it, you're like, God, I'm so happy I got to do this?
Oh. I mean, all of it. I mean, I feel like that's a very. There's so many moments of where, like, I mean, this has been 7 years of our life over that time, and making, filming 4 seasons, and so, gosh, there's just so many moments. I think. What are you gonna say? There's some scenes in season 4 with Ivan, Josh Banday, who plays Ivan.
Yes.
That honestly,
I know you're gonna say this.
he just popped in my head, and I said, yeah,
that's good.
That I will look back on so many moments with him. Even season 3. Where we're all living in his apartment. And I'm just like, oh man, he's just so funny. And he has to do the craziest stuff, but every time I saw him in season 4 and with his face, man, I'm gonna just be cracking up about that forever.
Yeah. I think for me it's the big group scenes.
Yeah.
But especially the big group scenes that feel like, what is this? The funeral is one in season 1, where like getting to watch your life as if it's a on shuffle slideshow, not even a curated slideshow, but like you watching TV or like walking down the street, all those stupid little moments from your life where you're like, let's skip this, and it's like in the funeral, I think is so weird. And the fact that it was a practical effect where Kevin and Robbie were actually on set with us, like we could touch them, but it looked like a screen. And then
the dinner party.
The dinner party is a great one where everybody's around there and it's so weird and people are just the hot dog stuff again, like and that's a good one. And then can I say the wedding?
Can you say the wedding?
Can I say the wedding?
We can hold it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The wedding is a big one.
Yeah.
And then casino night too, where we're like playing weird poker with strange technology, and I'm somebody else inside my body.
Oh
what
gosh!
Is that?
Oh my God! Yeah, people playing other characters, taking over your avatar.
Yes. Yeah.
Just amazing.
Exactly. A delivery driver in my skin. Is my answer.
Right. So my question is, since this is Comic-Con, what pop culture character or comic book character do you think your characters are most like for the show?
Like
whoa.
People really like this question.
What is
comic
Ingrid most? Who is Ingrid most like?
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about this.
I mean, I would say she's like Well, actually, they're not. That's not comic book. I was gonna say Barney.
No, it's
But
popular
that-
culture. Popular
that is
culture. I mean,
not really
I said pop. That's why I said pop culture as well. Like,
Yeah, pop culture.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it
okay.
doesn't have to be a comic book. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then it's Christine from Selling Sunset.
What?
It's very specific.
Oh my god! Christine Quinn from Selling Sunset is my answer. I hope she doesn't watch this, but maybe she'll be flattered. That's totally not a comic book character, but I feel like there's got maybe Princess Peach.
Oh.
Eventually, maybe a little Princess Peach.
Yeah.
I like this reaction.
She's like, I'm gonna use everything.
Oh, yeah, Princess Peach.
Okay.
She's got some leadership in her.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, I think Barney just because I feel like Nora has so much heart.
I was gonna say Dora the Explorer.
Actually, that's pretty great.
No, go on. Barney.
Maybe a Barney with a mix of Dora.
Barney Dora.
Barney Dora.
Barney with a backpack.
Yes. Loves to explore, loves to go on adventures, has tons of heart, is always seeing the best in people.
So weird.
And yeah.
It's
That's
a
the
Barney
headline.
Dora, everyone. You heard it
It's
here.
a fun question.
Barney the Explorer. Great. I love that Barney comic book.
Well, I'm Tessa with Mama's Kiki. I've just got to tell you, you destroyed me with this final season. I was crying through the entire thing. Can you talk about the thought process, and I'm going to hold this till the finale airs, of really what was delivered here at the end?
Yeah, I think a real key component of this time in the writer's room was giving every idea its time in the sun. So just looking at each character and we're really looking at our options of it could end this way, it could end this way, it could end this way. And then it's a matter of like what feels good, what feels narratively satisfying. If we do this for this character, do we then need to switch this for this character because they feel too similar? And I think some of those debates were going well into post. Like, I don't do post-production on the show, but when I watch the episodes, I'm like, oh, we cut that and did this differently. And I think it honestly works out great. The ending feels really great.
I do want to ask, this was the final season, obviously, but if there was a season 5, what are some ideas that you wanted to explore that you just weren't able to get to?
Oh, man. There is a collection of possibly 10 corkboards full of note cards in Greg's office that were all the ideas that we didn't get to explore. I cannot for the life of me remember any of them.
What's one of them?
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's been a while for me, unfortunately. But I think like the show not ending for lack of ideas, and with the real world catching up to the things we were joking about so quickly, I don't think we would have had any trouble, coming up with more.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Chris with Saturday Morning Serial. So, your show debuts in May of 2020. Not a lot going on in the world at the time. So, take us through the journey between then and now. I mean, obviously the world has been flipped upside down. So, as in the world of Upload. So, tell me your personal journey going through everything creatively, the creative process with the world as it was and up until now.
Yeah, so I wasn't on season 1. I joined for season 2, but the season 2 room started before season 1 aired. So I'd seen all the episodes; they weren't out yet, and that was kind of the onset of COVID. And it was my first time acting as a writer and a producer on a show. So I was really trying to get my sea legs in terms of like guiding the writers' room when Greg wasn't around, and making sure we're using our time wisely, and all of those things. And then COVID hit, and it was like, cool. Now you have to learn to do that on Zoom, which you've never experienced before, and figure that out. And then we were going to go ahead and shoot the episodes in Vancouver, where the show is produced. And I was asked to go to set to supervise, and it was like, cool, another thing I don't know how to do. Plus, there are all these COVID restrictions that I have to get up to speed on, and all those types of things. So that was primarily for episode 2 and 3. Those are the big hurdles that we faced. And then, between 3 and 4, obviously a couple strikes, which delayed things. We would have gotten started much sooner. And, it seems like every month there's something coming out that like we joked about on the show. So it's almost like the world is catching up to you too fast, and you just hope you've got time to get all your ideas in.
How do you get better with LRM Online? How do you prepare yourself to let go of these characters? Let your baby fly.
Oh man, I think you want to do right by them, the characters. Even especially Ingrid, one who's gone on such a huge journey from start to finish. So it was really important to just like maybe not give the audience in all cases exactly what they wanted, but to give them something that felt narratively satisfying, that would feel wrapped up.
Hi, Mark. I'm also with Saturday Morning Serial. Can you speak about working with this very talented cast and the freedom that it gives you?
Yeah, for me, especially because they joined in season 2, they had already lived in these characters for a minute. So when I went to set for season 2, I was almost like a guest at first, and I was really leaving things in the hands of the actors because they knew these characters a little better than I did. As our relationship developed, it became more of a dialogue, and I could say, "What about this?" and they could say, "What about this?" and we would come to some sort of consensus about what was great. But like you said, the cast is super, super talented. They do their homework to a ridiculous degree. And so in the moments where it was between trusting the cast and doing what I thought, they should do, a lot of times it came down to trusting the cast.
Well, coming on in season 2, the ship is already at sea. So you jump aboard. What are some of your proudest moments from there, season 2, 3, or even 4? What are something you look back and go, I did that. I'm really happy that this happened.
One of the funny things is, going from the writer's room, getting on set, I start to forget who pitched what, and by the time the episode comes out, I'm like, was that my joke? Was that my joke? But I would say, like, my biggest moments for me, the little victories that I really, really celebrated, were the times where I solved problems. Because you plan out everything. You go through pre-production. You think you've got everything wrapped up in a little bow. You get on set the first day, and it's like, decisions have to be made. Because we didn't think about this, we didn't think about this, we didn't think about this. So decisions have to be made. And so the victories that I hold on to the tightest were the ones where I could say, all right, I know that this is the right thing to do. We're going to do this. We're not going to waste any more time on it. Let's go.
Make the call.
Yeah, and that felt good.
I wanted to ask a really quick question about the finale that she brought up. With the very end, why did you guys because it was a really tragic way to end a lot of that, but you did give a glimmer of hope at the very end. So what was the thought process into leaving audiences with that nugget?
A lot of thought went into that. There were no less than 10 versions of that one scene alone, of different ways that played out. We shot more than one, and then obviously you have options in post to change certain things in certain ways. So, that debate went on and on and on. And a great writer once told me, you write it 3 times. You write it when you write it on set, and then you write it again in post-production. And it's just like you have to keep your options open the entire time. And so I think that, that was decided at the very end. And I think that's because looking at the totality of the season up to that point, something might feel more right than something else.
I don't have anything. Go quick.
I mean, this is such pressure. Okay, so I will say, ending us with that cliffhanger on the last season of like, which Nathan was it? And then really the answer we got throughout this season, of course, that it was neither Nathan. Can you talk about like the decision to really make sure they both stayed alive through this? Till the end.
I don't think that I can. But what I will say is that we had an idea of how the beginning of season 4 was going to play out, but we got to season 4 and we said, let's go down both roads and see if there's something that we're not thinking about. A ton of thought went into that decision both in season 3 and season 4.